Hello? Can you guys hear me? My apologies. All right, Derek, can you hear me? All right, cool. Hello, everybody. This is Jay Takashi. I'm here to bring you guys a topic, tonight, and we're going to be talking about Jordan Peterson. And all in all, it should be me, Wally, and Marcus that come on later on. But this won't be a long video. It should be like about an hour and some change. After that, I got dipped because I have to go to sleep today. But all in all, we're going to be talking about him and just the ridicule that he's gotten for no reason, and for him just being honest and truthful. All in all, guys, let's go to the intro.
El Rello on him.
Okay. Wally, if you want to come on up, you're welcome to come on up, brother. Let's do this. Thank you, Uncle Guns. I appreciate it. So as you guys are well known, Jordan Peterson, he's been getting a lot of flack on some of his videos and some of his just quote unquote adventures and statements he's been making about the present times of the world and things like that. He's been trying to he's adamantly been trying to get out his point freely, even though he's been banned on a few platforms. Well, I guess more so I say platforms, but like TikTok and things like that nonsense. They've been trying to. There's actually even a canceling culture that's kind of like out there to kind of destroy Jordan Peterson. It's been happening for like decades, for the most times, because the stuff that he says doesn't go quote unquote go along with their agenda, but because he is so intent on being himself, being honest, and trying to help other people, is and the thanks that he gets is really just being ridiculed for something that he honestly believes. And I've never once been a practitioner believer of this cancel culture bullshit, because it's it's dumb. It doesn't really lead anywhere, and honestly, it just people wanted to put the foot down somebody just because they don't like them at all, which is stupid. But that's more of the emotional response as opposed to a logical response. Oh, hold on, Wally. I'll let you up. Hello, Wally.
You yank.
Yeah, I mean, what's up? But I'm gonna finish my statement, and then I'm gonna let you go afterwards about the whole Jordan Peterson thing. And also, the thing is, like I said, Jordan Peterson has been an advocate for like young men. He's been helping them. He stopped self delete attempts, and he's like I said, he's constantly been helping men in general. Like I said, young men and older men, he's been helping them, but also he's most likely improved their lives by him talking to them and actually consoling them whenever in their darkest of times. And that doesn't get talked about. All it gets talked about is just like, well, he says such and well, no, well, he is not with the agenda in the program, so therefore he must be like us. And people are taking his words and trying to turn it into something evil, which is, like I said, is the era that we're in right now. People take anything and just people take something and then they mishear it. No, and then they mishear it, and then they quote unquote twist it around to make it something that it's really not. And that's one of the biggest flaws of today's society today. That people just run with stuff instead of looking for the actual truth of things. Wally, would you like to share your point or get out a statement? And you're muted, by the way, brother.
Once again, women, they ask for men to constantly show their emotions, to give some breathing of emotions, to show that they're human. That man utterly showed y'all emotions, and you shitted on his ass. You can't fucking make this shit up. Give women give women the power of emotions and see what she does. She will still shit on you no matter what. She'll still belittle you no matter what. She'll still knock you down no matter what. Now, granted, can we all say that's all women? Who knows? Who the bleep knows? But we know it was a high-end majority of women that will literally laugh at this man, ridicule this man for almost everything. Of simply doing exactly what you constantly keep on saying that you would want from a man to do. But then yet look at the results. You all act like shit. Once again, it just tells you exactly why. This is why men don't want to frick with none of y'all. Y'all want to do this psychological BS and tell this slanging bull ass narrative saying we want men to be more emotional, and all this crap. The ball's in y'all court, and y'all still motherfucking fail when it's in y'all court. Miss me with the bull. Also, Marcus, you know good and well me and you was at Jag Mike's backstage talking about this. You didn't came up with no idea unless you actually emailed Jay about it. Then after that, well then whatever.
I didn't know you guys talked about it.
See, exactly, Marcus. You didn't know squat. Talking about next Thursday or Friday.
It's the first
Next Thursday's Bolos.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, this coming Thursday will be cool.
Yeah, I know you was talking best. That's why I had to make sure I talk some best back.
Yeah, but while anything else you want to add before I get to that, because I think I'm going to go into this whole bit men don't have emotions nonsense, because I do want you to start off with that, and I'll follow up with what you're saying.
As far as do men have emotions?
Yeah, because based on the Jordan Peterson thing, and when he showed his emotions and stuff, he's being ridiculed for it.
I always say,
which is bullshit, like I said before.
I will say men do have emotions as underlining visuals, but my thing is even then, you got to sit there and ask yourself, with the life, you recognize the cards you were dealt with. You're dealt being a man. I mean, hey. Life may have said, you got to be this man. You can't cry, have no emotions. But, I mean, hey, even then, let's be real. Look at 300, the guy that had his son on the battlefield. Cried in tears. And they almost did a costly move of thinking he can avenge his son's death by going into battle. But, no, that would be risky. Soldiers helped him stop him from his own madness. So do men have emotions? I think of course we do. Our anger is our emotions. When we're pissed, we're in emotion. It's common sense. I mean, there's different fields of emotions, but we're always showing emotions. Either we're angry, pissed, exhausted, one or the other. There's many forms of emotion. So yeah, men do show it. Consistency.
Yeah.
So
that's fair to say. For me, it's a matter of being aware that men are human too, and also if we do shed tears, but it's under circumstances, like special. I won't say special circumstances, but sometimes it's under circumstances, not like every day or nonsense. This is like very rare for us to even cry, but just because we don't do it as often as you would like us, I won't say like us. Because we don't do it often based on the circumstances and stuff, doesn't mean that we don't do it. That we don't have it. Like I said, I will I will definitely shed tears when my father passes away. That's something I'm not looking forward to, and I don't want it to happen. But most likely, it's going to hit me in a different way than it would a girl if it was her dad. Like I'm not gonna ball out crying and things like that, like how you would. This is gonna hurt me in more ways than one. So the fact that this man who has been, spent his life trying to, try to be a hardworking, honest person, and also come up the ranks and be well known and be respected amongst his peers is an achievement in of itself. Because technically, his daughter looks up to him, and also, he has a loving wife. He's done a lot of different things, wrote books on his experience, and also experience of what he studied, because he is a clinical. It's like, what is he again, Wally? He's a clinical psychiatrist, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a clinical psychiatrist. If I'm not mistaken. Not therapist. I don't think he's a therapist. I think that's somebody else.
No, I don't think
Uh,
so. He probably has
yeah,
studies maybe in it, but I don't know.
yeah. But he has those qualifications, and he is qualified to talk about the things that he's qualified to talk about, and not even just that. He's studied in this. He's not just spouting nonsense, or what I said, just nonsense. I should say just. He's not just one of those people who are spouting nonsense. He's actually spouting out, unequivalent facts, and also research data that almost predates him, but also to this time now, to help, like I said, to help the coming youth to be better equipped, prepared, and just like ready for the real world, or any inconsistencies that may hinder them. So I don't get where these people just come from. Oh, you're saying such and such. Like, no, 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 no. Jordan Peterson has been an advocate for helping males. He will continue to do so. Probably, actually, he just wants to help everybody. Is what he is. Not just simply for helping men and all that. But the thing is, that's what we see him as, because he helps a lot of young men with their troubles. And also, there's something, like I said, there comes a time when men just need that talking to from an older guy, and a wise old man. I wouldn't say old man, but a wise man. I shouldn't say old man. I'm so sorry if I say that. Yeah, I meant wise, but I'm always, because like him, I'm always willing to hear it. I listen to cinema therapy. I listen to all the stuff that they have to say, because it's based on experience and also a professional talking about this stuff, not just somebody spouting some shit out their ass. That's why I don't understand why y'all get up in arms over silly petty bullshit to me, and it confuses me to this day why you guys still choose to fucking stay in that goddamn fucking abyss. Because to me, you're either some bitter ass broads or some bitter ass bastards. And for me, I'll never ever see that. I'll never see why you won't just hear someone out, or at least hear what an important person has to say about the fulfillment of one's life when he's looking for it.
See,
But,
I'm gonna beat the sense out of Marcus, dog. Wally, you captain.
I asked Jay to watch the
I
reaction
brought it up
videos in
days ago
the
when I
bathroom.
asked Jay to watch and react to the video in the back. Was he even there?
I wasn't even there. Backstage Thursday, I wasn't.
No. He's probably no. Not at Jedi's, but we talking about here. I'm saying,
Oh,
was he even there
yeah,
when we mentioned it? And if so, he probably forgot then.
Yeah, I don't remember any of this.
Which means I forgot, because 9 times out of 10, that was probably combined with Gray Pill and everybody else that came through. Wait a minute. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait. Ooh, wait a minute. Shit. He probably did mention it. Right, Bash. I forgot. He probably did mention it. But it was under so much of the other stuff.
Hey, Sports Talk with Rob, man. Hey, man, anytime, bro. Thanks for having me, man. That was a great show you had for the sports. Like I said, hopefully the football doesn't disappoint this year, and such and such. Same with basketball. But like I said, I'm talking about Jordan Peterson today. And thanks for showing up in the comments, man. I really appreciate it.
Let me see. We were live a couple of days ago. I brought it up. You forget as well. Also, yesterday, at the end of Jedi Mike's live stream last night, we talked about it a couple minutes. No. Wait a minute, mofo. I did said that we did talk about it last night amongst Jedi. That's one thing. But as far as you telling that you told Jade that, to make it alive, I did not remember that part. That part I just remember conversation we had, brother.
All right, but before we get, like I said, we're gonna continue on topic, guys. Don't worry. But the thing is, I would have remembered that. Dead ass. But I wasn't there Thursday because I was sleeping that day. After I showed up a little bit on the stream, then I dipped. But all in all, y'all, like I
Yeah.
said, Margaret,
But
Margaret,
either way, well, either way.
yeah, don't worry
But
about this. Like, yeah, but what? Yeah, but when it comes to the Jordan Peterson incel thing, Wally, would you like to talk about that?
well, yeah, but let me give my added commentary on just a little bit more of Jordan Peterson. My thing is this, right? A lot of these women like to sit here and say we love, we appreciate or love men, right? We want them to show this emotions and all this, but 9 times out of 10, all I see is this one person, this one man saving most of these younger men all day. I don't find no women saving no motherfucking young man.
No.
Period. Unless if they are, please show me this person. Please show me their credentials. Please show me that they're saving young men from suicide, from freaking genocide. Let me know that if that's the case. Let me know this freaking female that we don't know about that's out there. Let us know that. Because what's so funny is if that were one, then she would be talking about how fucked up most of y'all females are, which means, oh, okay, yeah, see how that goes, exactly. But when it comes to the natures of the incel soldiers out there in the world, so basically, as far as I can tell, the quote unquote ideology of the incel is basically they're more likely than not people of high intelligence, but very um, lack a very basic communication, let alone to be out in the open amongst people. In this quote unquote, they're basically the typical essence of nerd or geek type guys that are very much not too fluent within themselves or confident to be able to express themselves out to the world, let alone to the opposite sex. That's mostly that stuff. Someone that lives in a box. But my thing is, even then, let's think about it. I mean, I think because I did some reading because I remember when Yella had told me about the whole manosphere and this, and there's a historical background to it. If I'm not mistaken, I think incel's been around. The idea of an incel has been around for a long time. So there's been a big idea of incels walking around the world just being, castrated because of who they are and how they move. And then the fact that they're just not, compatible enough to be out in the open with people as far as women.
Okay.
Oh, there you go, Jedi. What's up?
Brother Jedi Mike, this is my first time seeing you in a long time, brother. How you been?
Man, good damn it. You saw it the other time in the chat.
He really got a beard. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Man, you can't, bro. You must have went through meditation, bro. Mace Windu.
Man, my beard be jacked up than this.
Yo, man, he went to
My
Jedi training,
beard
bro.
be
He got
more
a Mace,
jacked than his.
to me, he got a Mace Windu beard. This is what Mace Windu would look like. I like that.
Mhm.
Yo, man, Jedi, man, all y'all growing beards over me, bro. I'm trying to get the full James Harden, man.
Because you can't, because you ain't ready for that, man. You ain't ready for this. You ain't,
Well,
you ain't
man, I
ready for this
saved
full
it,
back.
but
You ain't ready for this fullness right here, man. I mean,
nah,
I
I'm made for that. I am
slick
made
back
for
the
that.
team.
And you got the comb pick, brother.
I don't even pick my hair. I just let it be wild.
Yeah, he got the black. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. He going full nature on. Oh, you rat guy.
I'm going to be stranded on the island like Tarzan, so I can
I
get
go
mine.
full. I
going
go
crazy.
full on nature with it. I just let it ride.
Okay, he got D3. Okay, nature.
You let that thing all go down.
Water.
Right here, man.
Good diet.
Smart water, y'all. That's what y'all need.
Mhm.
But but Jedi Mike, since you're on here, and Wally, don't worry, we're gonna get back to you. Now I'm gonna go last again. Jedi, what do you think about this, particularly about when it comes to Jordan Peterson being ridiculed for the stuff that he believes, but also the way that he got mostly attacked by people saying like he's emotional because he's crying. What do you think about all that?
So we actually talked about this last night. Me, Wally, and
I'm sorry I wasn't
Marcus.
part of the stream, brother. By the way, sorry I missed your stream, man. I was
No, this is like
at work.
no, dude. It's okay. Like I guess I've not been like consistent because I'm about to graduate and everything. But regardless of that, it's whatever.
Congratulations on your graduation.
Yeah, I'm praying. Hopefully, yeah, I'm be done with everything. But then that's when like the channel be more consistent. But it's only 2 months away, so not that far. But yeah, we were talking about this last night, and I had like my thoughts about it, because again, I've been kind of staying out of this whole like media, social media of it all. Like I've been following, obviously, I'm working as a movie critic and stuff, so like that whole comments of Olivia Wilde, she's just been up in the air a lot recently with a lot of controversy, especially surrounding this film, which now you can see in theaters. Um, but with the situation with Shia LaBeouf and whatever like that on set and
I
and
watched
also
an
just
interview with him and John Bernthal just 2 3 days ago. And he really broke down like why he is what he is. By the way, I encourage everybody to go check out John Berthal's channel, man. Like I
oh,
said, real cool
absolutely,
guy.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
done amazing interviews with amazing people who are black of all different ethnicities, and he's such a down to earth man.
mhm.
And I'll be honest, Shia LaBeouf's stuff got me real good because it. I'm surprised at the turnaround that he made, and also the second chance that he's been given.
Well,
Really,
yeah, and also,
rarely do they ever get that.
mhm. Yeah, and also you have to understand, just like again, like going back to the question, just in terms of like when you see, this walk of life for men is not that's not an easy one. Right? And that's just a given. That's just nature, right? And Jordan Peterson has been an icon figure to a point where many people in many different groups within the male space have adopted. Some of them good spaces, some of them obviously bad, right? But that's nothing that obviously Jordan Peterson, you know, have said that, oh, I'm a icon, I'm a figure, messiah figure for this particular group, whatever. But again, it's like the same thing you on YouTube. You speak for yourself, and then yet someone say, well, Jedi and Jay Takashi made me do it. No, that's like accountability. You did that, you know. But again, one thing I have to give this man credit for is that one thing he did in terms of creating, ever since he became his platform, always challenging the idea of thought, challenging people's perspective, also knowing that in order to seek truth that you have to risk being offensive, you know knowing when to actually able to deconstruct terms of certain mindsets and ask direct questions about why people think the way they think, and also deconstruct things from a micro perspective to a macro perspective, because then everyone thinking just so small, but actually just a bigger picture, right? That hopefully that leads to a lot of solution. But when it comes to a man, like the whole thing with incels and everything, right? Uh, there's a thing that the quote that he made, that why are we jumping on the marginalized. It's like the same thing people march on, talking down on black people or any type of marginalized group of people. It's the fact that, okay, because they're in a particular space, think, oh, he's just a messiah figure just for incels and stuff. Yeah, these are your men, and believe me, Olivia Wilde, you have children. I believe you have a son, right? These are your boys. These are your husbands, or lack thereof, because you guys serve divorce papers on top and on while she's on stage live, right? Uh, you have, these are your grandfathers, your uncles, your nephews, all these men that you claim that are in this category, because these group of men have lacked purpose, lacked foundation, whatever, and lack one thing, biggest thing, they lost hope, right? And they revert back into an introverted state, not knowing these can be very contributing members to society if they just have one simple spark of hope. And Jordan Peterson, he's still that numb, but he made but he was not solely one person. There's many different figures, whatever. But with him, one thing in his perspective, like he shout out to him when one thing he said, clean your room. Don't talk about other people BS about, oh, what you're doing. Your household is your household filthy. If it's so, clean it. You have a lot of people in these spaces
True,
calling bullshit, but yet they have one foot in a bucket full of it. You know, so it's
true.
like it's very funny sometimes. Like when, again, like people just like, especially women, just making these like nonchalant comments. When especially these are men that built this damn society. So now I'm not saying it break my heart, but you feel for men who trying to have hope for people. Want to see men be productive, be contributing members of society. You know, but then again, people just want to attach him to a label like, oh, he's with the Trump people, when he condemned the Trump for how he operated in the recent election. So there's a misconception
Yep.
out the window.
But
So yeah, no, it was. But to me, just the fact that for a woman to act, to say these comments out just so willy nilly and have no sense of consequence. But yeah, man, just say one simple thing of just challenging the standard, he'd be canceled. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm not with this cancel culture bullshit. It's about what those people got. To me, those people need to be xed out thoroughly for that. That's ridiculous. Because for me, when I always go to this, I always go to the people who try to like dethrone Kobe when he passed away and said, "Oh, we can't." All the Twitter feminists and hardcore like bullshit people who said, "Well, we can't forget this dude." Hurt, like I saw the woman, I'm like, "Oh God."
I find that funny. See, and that's
And that personally
the
pisses me
moment
off
he
when it came
passed
there.
away.
Yeah,
The moment he passed away, they now they had to target him after he passed away. Why not target him when he was alive when he can actually question some of those damn comments?
But
yeah.
this is again, what did I told you last night? What did I tell you last night, Wally? Like again, one of the famous lines, the two lines, right? You know, from there's one from the Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, the first movie, right?
Yep.
Back in 202, I believe. It was
Yeah,
202,
that's
yeah.
the one.
On the rooftop, he was asking him to join him and everything, right? When he's dealing with the whole thing, the Daily Bugle attacking Spider-Man from J. Jonah Jameson, all this stuff. One
Right.
line he said to me, this stuck with me now as an adult that I didn't even remember like years ago. Like you always go back to like the hero tropes and stuff like that. But now it's like when you're older, now you get the whole Dark Knight Rises. You either die or hero, but before you see yourself become a villain. But
Villain.
before we get sidetracked, with that scene, he said that everybody loves a hero, but the one thing people love more than the hero is to see a hero fail, fall, die trying. In spite of everything you've done for them, eventually they'll learn to hate you.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And like I
And
said, I can even go to the Equalizer quote when it says, like I said, when you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud. That's one of the lines that hit me to this day, and I talked about it just now on JVJ channel. I said, when you pray for the rain, you got to deal with the mud
Mhm.
too.
Yes, when a hero falls, the cowards rejoice.
Yeah.
Look at what same thing. Regardless what you want to say with Kevin Samuels, whatever like that. Like you don't have to agree with everything he's saying, but like just how someone make a stamp on a community or a culture. Even some people don't even know his name, but they know his impact. They probably don't know that he started it, but he started it. Everyone else now you seeing is being derivatives of it. Even people that were condoning him are now doing the same thing he does. But again, right, you have to understand like you can't cancel me. I'll cancel myself before you cancel me. Best believe that. Like my
Yep.
woman, she'll say that no, you can't cancel us. You can't. So it's like, but this whole thing about I'd rather be canceled and say not being told the truth than to be into PC culture and spreading lies to my people. I will not stand for that. I will not stand for that. There's many people in society are just saying are being complacent because they're scared for telling the truth. You have to
yeah,
understand life. Life is happening outside your window. And you have to understand that being observant, you being nonchalant, being naive in this life is very very dangerous for you, especially for men. You have men deleting themselves every single day, and that's what broke his heart. Jordan Peterson, you saw that in
Yeah.
his tears. We all seen that people. Some of us have dealt with that in our own selves. But are we like all like incel? I wouldn't say the term incel, but just a man who just didn't have hope.
And there's no
So
that more powerful. Honestly, his his uh his idea and power and hope is one of the most beautiful things and most respectable things that I love about that guy. That man really believes in it. And the thing is, he wants men to be the best they can possibly be. And the fact, like I said, despite what color you are, he doesn't care. He just wants you. He wants you to, he wants you to flourish. He's not here trying to get here bashing down your door, saying, you guys are wrong and nonsense. You got to be a part of the agenda, and you got to, if you're not with the PCP, culture, then you're not one of us. And I'm just like, yo, he's not with that shit, and that's why I respect Jordan Peterson. Like I said, and that man had every legitimate reason to cry if he wanted to. Let him. And I always say this. You always listen. I like how y'all find the need to talk to attack somebody when they're at their not at a low point, but when they're really not grieving. I want to say this where they're really down on something that upholds them and that something they really believe in to the point where it's their conviction, and you play on that and you pick at it like a goddamn bully. Hence, I'll throw a scene out for Captain America where he says, "No, I don't want to kill anybody. I don't like bullies." Just like Captain America, Steve Rogers, I don't like y'all bullies because y'all trash for that shit. You're a despicable human being that really takes something that somebody really loves and someone that really grind their conviction, their hard work, probably their blood, sweat, and tears that it took for them to even reach that point, and not be condescending, but wants to be helpful. Be, I won't say a servant of the people, but more so helping the people out to be better. And you piss on that, on all that. Please do me a favor and stay the fuck away from good people. Relish in your own, like I said, go back to your sniveling, your cowardice, all your bullshit, and just stay the hell away from good people like us, like from Jordan Peterson and all them, because they don't need that shit in their life. The only thing they should I'm not saying be hearing. The only thing they should be like extended being around is people who are about helping other people, and I think that's the common sense that we
But
all can.
again, it's also then it's like the same thing. Shout out to Wes.
So,
Wes
James,
ain't doing. But it's the same thing as I said to a lot of people with like for me, I thought when I got into this space, I wanted to save community so much, right? Before I was what?
Have guns.
What'd
Go
you
ahead,
say?
Wally, what were you
I
say?
was talking about the gun, Uncle Gun's comment.
Oh yeah, he said they roll out the red carpet just to pull it out from under you. Yeah,
Yeah, but to your point, it's like, I came in this space and I thought I came very naively before people didn't know who I was, right? Wanted to save the community so much my whole life now, but being part of these platforms and stuff, I now realize that in order to save the community, I gotta save myself. And that's the point thing with Jordan Peterson and emphasizing. We're talking about cleaning the room. We're so focusing on saving people up. It's like the whole thing of a plane that's crashing. You're not putting a breathing apparatus on yourself, but yeah, you want to put it on another person. But yeah, you're gonna die. It's the same thing.
right.
That emphasizing in terms of self being proactive in situations, also challenging ideas in being in a productive society. That's where he came from, and then it's like we all have some sense or have either our own individual lives and someone we know in these groups. Because like we're all in the same category, but we're all different. But just from the people that like not saying not saying we're incels, but we're just saying we see folks that like I can tell that person like he might have been referred to as incel, but really this person just have lack of people skills, lack of motivation, lack of any type of hope what he want to do with his life. We all seen it, and we probably had that in our own past before. I mean, let's keep it a buck. But the thing is, now looking at like the problem is that any of us we didn't give up on hope. A lot of people are, and that's what Jordan Peterson and his mindset we talked about is that some people you are I would say involuntarily are being put in this messiah figure, right? And he never even asked for. He just want. I'm just saying my thoughts, and I just want to help people. Same thing with me. Like here we are, like I'm in these platforms, like talking about hot talk, whatever. He's like, "Man, you so young. You about be 23 or you 24, man, whatever. Don't put me on a pedestal. I mean, I'm broken. I became a long ass weight. I still got a long way to go. But also, but to a point, if you are speaking truth or challenging ideas, you are involuntarily put into the messiah figure. Look what Kevin Samuels. He might refer to himself as the Godfather, but people generally made his word as gospel. Same thing. So you just gotta realize that in terms of these ideas, that for someone just really just kind of putting it and saying a nonchalant way, again, like you tell them to go kick rocks.
Mm-hmm. Kick rocks.
Wes.
Hello, Wes. How you doing?
what's up, gents? So, cool topic tonight.
Reading rain.
Where were you yesterday?
What was going on yesterday?
Exactly.
I mean, he didn't have his bell out.
Hey, listen, I was sick, so
Oh yeah.
You
Was
haven't been
your
on my
last-
channel. You haven't been on my channel in months, bro.
I haven't seen you going live recently.
I went live yesterday.
Okay, what time?
We're not talking about that.
Exactly.
I'm joking, Wes. I'm joking, Wes.
We're not talking
Hey,
about
I'm joking,
I'll
Wes.
pop up when I can.
No, it's like seriously, it's okay. I just haven't talked to you. Like, hey, how you been?
yeah.
Been busy.
Yeah,
People
being
ask.
also a parent. Damn it.
Yeah, man, you
You
got
know?
2 little girls, so of course you're gonna be busy.
Well, last night I was supposed to be on Gray Pill, but I had to email him and say, "Look, sorry, man, I got to watch a movie with my kids tonight. I can't."
Which one? Hocus Pocus?
No,
I
the
can
first
see
one
that.
wasn't that good actually. But anyway, no, I was watching one of the Studio Ghibli films, Whisper of the Heart.
Okay. Okay, you're talking my
Oh.
language right now. Jedi, this is my area of expertise, brother.
Mhm.
You watch one of the Studio Ghibli films. Which one was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, the Whisper of the Heart.
Okay.
So we've
All
just been
right.
kind of going through most of them. There's a few we will not watch.
Neighbor Totoro. You should
We
watch
s-
that one.
we
That's
watched
a
that.
family film.
It
On
is. It is really good.
Cinema
So
Therapy reacted to that one. I'm actually glad they did that one when I watched. That was like that was nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, honestly, another one to knock out for you before we get back on topic, I'll say this. Another one that you can knock out is Kiki's Delivery Service. They'll really
got
like
that.
that. They'll
We,
really
we've
love that.
we've gotten through most of them so far. There's only one we will not watch, and that's Grave of the Fireflies for obvious reasons.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, can watch that. When they're older, they can watch that. But
Oh
I'm
my
talking the
goodness.
concept of what it is.
I
Yeah,
watched that when I was well into adulthood. It's still a regret.
yeah. Yo, Jay out. Yo, I love how Brooklyn Tory is. This is funny here. Yo, bro, yo, Jay, I watched it for the first time. I felt Samurai was fucking dope. I'm glad you like it. but all in all, like I said, I'll talk a little bit. We'll talk a little more about Jordan Peterson a little bit, and then after that, I guess like I said, it'll be a free for all talk at that point. If anybody has anything else they want to add, that's cool with me. Like I said, it wasn't going to be a long video, but because like I said, there's only so much I can talk about it, but I can get into the whole aspects of like how this is affecting the world. But I think we already know where it leads to, because it's just part of the more of the same nonsense that we see in this everyday fucking era that we're in right now.
Hmm.
Which I really love when someone told me back in the day, 2018 got my whole mind all effed up. I remember one of my friends saying that, and I'm like, maybe he was. I thought maybe he was taking it too serious, but no, he was right. I called him up and hit him up like, yeah, you were right, man. And you do got us all messed up right now. Except it started in 2018. It was a slow build, and then after that, now gradually it's gotten like really crazy with all this nonsense, trying to become accepting of a lot of different things. Like I said, cancel culture, agenda pronoun, and bullshit. So like I ain't really with it at all.
Most
Right.
people aren't. That's part of the problem. Most people at large are not. It's the media and people like Disney that keep pushing it and saying, "Well, this is the future. You have to accept it." No.
She-Hulk bullshit. Don't get me
Oh my
started.
goodness.
That is I keep people hearing saying that if Disney shows are bad. No, they're not. This is the only one that's bad. I'm sorry. I don't know what y'all talking about. This is the only one that's bad. See, Miss Marvel, I actually know cultural things about Islam a little bit now. I'm learning something there. The She-Hulk, what I am learning is that this is wokeism bullshit and just terrible force down your gullet
Hmm.
nonsense. And I'm like, no, I'm not with this. And I'm glad, and I'm sorry I wasn't on Jedi's panel after talk where he talked when he said it was trash. I would have loved to hear him say it. because I said it, I love how he had optimism. Him and everybody else had optimism. I think we all kind of did at some point because it's only fair. But this is something that we were all right about. Just don't go to it. Just don't go to it. I mean, like I said, it's something that's trying to be forced to you. They're trying to serve you shitty food and then shitty ass water out the toilet. So don't accept it. Don't accept the service. The best I can say. Just don't accept the service and you'll be fine.
Hmm.
Besides, I feel better than those pieces of shit anyway. I can't say that my lady now because the lady I got now, she really can cook, so I can't say that now. But all the other ladies I can say that to because I could. But Wes, what do you think? I said, what do you think about the whole thing with Jordan Peterson? Like, his work. Do you think he helps? I would say this. Do you think he helps young men? Which I
Yeah,
know
because
obviously he is.
It has, because we've seen in the the culture, we call it the culture war. It's not necessarily a recent thing. It's more like this is when the other half of the culture is finally pushing back and says, I'm done with this. But this culture war has been going on for 40 years, probably started with feminism. Yeah, most people are okay with women's rights and all that. We have no problem with it. It's when these
Yeah.
it's when the second wave of feminism that really came in and started forcing people. So like first wave feminists don't even like second or third wave feminism. They don't. It didn't do them any favors. But we see all this hatred and pushback, and it's all being directed at males.
Yeah.
And they're trying to say they keep saying this thing, what's it called? Toxic masculinity. They never said anything about positive masculinity. They actually were openly stating that all masculinity is inherently toxic. They don't acknowledge the fact that women can be toxic too, and women can also be very, very positive and healing. They think that women are inherent good and men are inherent bad. Well, that's anything outside of nature automatically falls apart. Jordan Peterson came in and actually was able to verbalize and identify this. And a lot of young men heard his words, and finally everything started connecting. Because part of what we do on these panels in discussing culture is we're trying to pick apart what's been happening in the past 40 years and figure out what happened. Why do men not believe in themselves? Well, 40 years of getting beat on the head and being told that you're worthless and women don't need you. Okay, a lot of men, it's within our DNA to want to be good to a woman. I mean, there's bad men out there, but our evolution biology is telling us that the greater thing to live for is to get married, have children, and take care of your family. Once that's destroyed, well, what do we have? Jordan Peterson came out and he was identifying all of these things, and he identified other things like, why are you trying to help the person next to you when you're not much better yourself? Very blunt, very simple. And I think a lot of radical left didn't like hearing that because they're like, what do you mean I have to get my life in order before I fix your life? Well, just that, get your life in order. Like, why you're going to tell your neighbor to clean his house, but you won't clean your room? Because that's one of his 12 rules. Clean your room. Get your affairs in order before you try to help anyone else with their affairs. No one here is going to take nutritional advice from someone we know to be a meth head.
Hell no.
So it's a very simple concept. So then the other night, Jordan Peterson had an interview, and Jordan Peterson never asked to be in the spotlight. Not too many people now know what happened. Jordan Peterson was just a happy little Canadian in his Canadian university telling happy stories because stories is how he taught. And then afterwards, somebody came out and confronted him and say, how dare you not use my pronouns? And he's like, well, I can't guess your pronouns and then remember 100 individual pronouns every class. It's absurd. And then telling me that I'm required to do this, that I'm required to know this. No, I am not. He fought back. He stuck to his principles. And that video is what made him famous. So for the past, 6 years now, he was thrust into the spotlight by controversy. He never asked for it. He has his own battles throughout his life. He's had his own bouts of depression and his own. He was taking a medication that he got hooked on, but he also went to a clinic to get off of it. And he's been very open about his struggles, which is something we're supposed to be. So he kind of leads the way in that.
And yeah, I would say he pushes and encourages you to face those things head on instead of just walking away and bottling it up. Like he actually doesn't mind letting things, releasing a few things, which is cool. Which I think is good because self-release is good. You need to be able to do that because if you keep everything bottled up inside, like I said, you're going to explode, and it's not good to how you direct or aid it. So that's why I've always said Jordan Peterson really did us a service more often than not. So to show that these things are happening and also that males have these things that go, that goes on within them. So like I said, I always respect and love him for that because he's, like I said, he's done us a great service and showing that it's okay. Like we don't have to succumb to any of this nonsensical pre-verbal bullshit and things like that. We can literally be ourselves, but also to the point where like we still stick with the norms that has been placed at the beginning of time. And there's nothing wrong with standing on your beliefs like what he does at all. And that's why I said, and then that's why I said there's nothing wrong from being afraid. You can't be brave if you're not afraid. Because you have to be afraid first, and then once you get courage, and then you're brave.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. You can't be brave first and then experience fear. No. So I think Jordan, like I said, I think Jordan Peterson was going to go down as probably one of the most interesting, but also well achieved men, and also being known for being honest. Let's be real. He does not need to exaggerate anything. Like, no, everything is written in my books. I won't have you guys take it a twist and turn what I've said. It's all in there. So like I said, I get everything that he's trying to get out in that sense, and also like pour his heart and soul into what he believes. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, he's a really great achiever. More often than not, because I remember him in one of his interviews. He's saying like, because when I was asking him questions, he said, like, "What do you want to be known? Best to be known for when you're gone, being honest." That's what he said. Being honest. Yeah. Instead of having to lie to make you feel better, I'm like, no, just being honest. And I'm like,
that's pretty heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy, and it spoke to me when I listened to it. I was like, damn. Same as the Shia LaBeouf interview with John Berthold that I watched. Like, same thing. It's like those are men who've gone through some things. One given a second chance, one who has achieved something already. One chance, and one who's like really went through the turnaround, especially for his little girl, to realize I've got something special and I shouldn't screw it up. So yeah. And everybody, like I said, I encourage everybody to watch that John Berthold channel. He has amazing interviews with different people, real life talks with these people. And this is the Punisher and Shane actor. Like, trust me, really proud of where he's at now. So definitely, like I said, check those people out because, like I said, those real life lessons and interviews, trust me, those are some real stuff that you can learn from. I don't think I have anything else to say, particularly on the Peterson thing, except all I would say is like trust me, those people who have hated contempt, get some help for yourself. That's what I would tell you. And normally I guess the sort of typical thing for me to say would be say F you, but I'm not going to do that. And I'm trying to take a different page right now and just be like, yo, go get some help. Actual licensed help, not the person around the corner who sells pills. You'll get help because like I said, because guess what? More often than not, like Jordan Peterson has pointed out, there's probably something wrong with you that you don't know that's going on, that's making you think and act a certain way, or that you had just seek attention to the point where the trend is bashing somebody, which is unhealthy. Personally, it's like I said, it's never good if it's just always in a negative light, not a positive one. So seek out those problems that you have, help for those problems you have, and get it cured. But you have to do the work, and somebody just gonna give it to you. That's all I have to say. Wally Jedi, is there anything you'd like to add? I think Wally's gone for a second, but
all right, sorry. Nothing much. I mean, we pretty much labeled the grounding of it all. At this point, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. We already know what we already know, so all we can do is just keep pushing forward and just be
better people.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. I love you say yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, let's try to be better people. Like I said, I'm just trying to be a decent human being. That's all it is. I ain't trying to be good. I ain't trying to be great. I'm just trying to be decent. Simple enough. I can think that I'm good, but that might not be the case. That's just me, my own confirmation. But I'm like I said, I'm not labeling people like these cancer culture vultures. But they can do that. Not a fan of it, but it won't go. But trust me, they'll be ignored just like the next trend that comes and wipes them off the map. It's a natural selection. It's a real thing. Because I said back in the G, we had that where the dumb motherfuckers would get killed off. So, or in this case, my bad, deleted off. So, no. They will be next. And they'll lose eventually because our arguments are irrational. So, all I gotta say is, like I said, get some help. Simple enough. Me, Wally, Wes, and Jedi, we're not contributing to this bullshit. Neither will my offspring, my future offspring. No way in hell. I'm gonna raise them to believe this bullshit. Like y'all. Because I'd be damned if they talk and walk like y'all. You're not healthy and you're probably a goddamn cancer. Now that's the jackass talking, but it's the truth. Can't help myself. But all in all, guys, that's all for today. Me and Wally and Jedi and Bless are gonna have some extra things to talk about behind the stage. You're welcome to join if you want. I'm surprised I made this as short as I did because there's not too much to cover, but it was enough to get out that we need to let it be known. And also I do want to say this. So it's any young man out there, I would recommend reading Jordan Peterson's books. He has some really great books. I've read 2 of them. They're really, really great. And they helped me. They've helped me in a different way than I previously thought. So he's really getting me to think about different things and also question a few things that I didn't believe. But for the most part, it's like a positive reinforcement to help solidify things that I may have doubts about or the achievements that I want to get done. More to life than just simply smashing a girl or just watching a movie or just sleeping. So, other things that can be taken care of, that can be improved upon. But yeah, so like I said, I recommend you check out his books and, try to watch some of his streams or watch his interviews and lectures. Because like I said, there's some great stuff in there that you can learn from. All in all, guys, this has been Jay Takashi, Wally, Wes, and Jedi Mike 7. And we will check you cats out later. We're going to be in the background talking. And one more thing. Just one little caveat. This, like I said, the channel is not a bashing channel. This channel is for different perspectives, thoughts, opinions, all that. And nobody here is above not above judgment. Nobody here is above criticism and speaking their piece. Like I said, you are free to speak your piece here at all. We ain't here to argue on a tirade rage. Just remember what my channel is for. So y'all have a great night. Be sure to like and subscribe, and also follow all these great people here: Jedi Mike, Wally, aka World Top Productions. Wes doesn't have a channel, as far as I know, but be sure to.
He is the pill. He is the plain pill.
Plaid pill.
No, he's the West pill. But y'all have a great night, all right?